calling is your destiny. However, if you neglect your calling, the universe will take you out of here. Then you may ask yourself, how is it that if I neglect my calling, the universe will take me out of this place called Earth? When you came to this place, when you came here, when God created you to come out of billions of cells, sperms, and everything else, that you had to fight to be the only ones who survived. You had a specific purpose to fulfill. And when you're no longer capable of fulfilling that mission, the planet itself will take you out. Call it the process of elimination, survival of the fittest. Regardless of what you may call it, do not neglect your talent, your calling. Do not get distracted by those who will try to tell you God sent them to you, but yet they are distracting you from your purpose. So you must not waver, you must not change, but because people are telling you which way to go. Sometimes we don't know if we should go right, if we should go left. So therefore we keep asking ourselves, which is the right way to go. But what I'm saying to you is do not ever neglect your calling. And that calling could be anything. It doesn't have to be something you see on TV or something you see your friends and your families doing. It could just be you. It could just be the person you are. But by any means necessary, if you're not fulfilling that calling, you will die. I remember watching Gladiator. One of my favorite movies, Gladiator. You see, when Maximus was chosen to be the emperor and the savior of Rome, he did not understand that that was his calling. So therefore, he neglected the calling. He rejected when the emperor chose him to be the next emperor to replace him. Maximus said no. Maximus rejected his true calling. But the funny thing about calling, it doesn't matter where you go, it follows you. It didn't matter where Maximus went. It didn't. It didn't matter how much he tried to dismiss the fact that he was chosen to be the savior of Rome. So when he discovered the emperor's death, the fact that the emperor was murdered, Maximus, knowing Maximus that the person that he is, he decided to call it out. He told Brutus the emperor was slayed. The emperor was murdered. Then as a result of his disobedience to the new emperor, the new emperor ordered to have Maximus killed. So the thing about destiny, the thing about your fate, the thing about who you truly are, your mission, the moment you reject your true self, it will try to take you out. And then you might look at your enemies, you might look at your situations, you might look at people, and then say, what, that's the person's fault. Some situation might happen, and you decided to take a job you're not supposed to take, and you get injured while working because you did not respond to your true calling. By you not responding to your true calling, you decided to take a job and then got injured doing that job, not realizing the reason sometimes, not all the time, the reason things like that happen is because you had a calling, you had a mission, you had a purpose, you had a drive, and you have neglected it based on societal norms, based on probably your upbringing, or it's just you being stubborn. Some of us, we all of the above. So Maximus decided, you know what, he didn't want to be emperor. He didn't want the spotlight, but he was a general. Then he was sold into slavery. Even though Maximus refused to fight, he was still admired by those who can recognize him as a true leader. See, the thing about your talent, who you are, it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter where you're hiding at. People will spot you. They will see you amongst the crowd. You will stand out like a sore thumb. You will stand out. Everybody's going to see you for who you truly are. You don't have to tell people who you are. Definitely not. You don't have to do any of that. You don't. All you have to do is understand your purpose is who you truly are. The person you're born to be is the person that you will always be, regardless of wherever you go. And sometimes we run from our true destiny because we feel like, you know what, we don't deserve it. The imposter syndrome makes us feel like we don't deserve the person that we are. We feel like, you know what, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve all this greatness. I don't deserve all this talent. We feel like, no, it's too easy. Because as human beings, we're conditioned to work hard. We feel like some things are too easy for us to accept. We don't want to accept our true calling because we feel like, nah, I need to work hard. You know, you have that kid in school who's he goes to school, man, he gets straight A's, man, with ease. And you have the other kid, man, he has to struggle. That kid struggles every day. But the ones who are struggling, sometimes his or her muscle is getting stronger. The one who has it easy never knows how to fight back. But sometimes your talent, once you neglect it, it will fight you. Once you have neglected your talent will fight you. Your talent will push you to the brink. Your talent will just test you to see how hard you think you are. Who are you to neglect me? Your talent would beat you. Your talent would just take you upside down and flip you and then toss you against the wall and also just toss you underneath of a car sometimes. Your talent will cause you to be blind. Your talent will cause you, if you neglect your talent, let me be clear, if you neglect the true essence of who you are, that essence can beat you up. You could become blind. You could lose your house. You could lose everything. In order for your talent to manifest, you must sometimes go beneath yourself and rise as a phoenix bird. You rise out of the ashes. Then and only then you will learn to embrace your talent. Because that's the only way sometimes for some of us. Some of us, we have to face that reality. This is who we are. And when we come out on the other side of that brutal experience, the experience where we don't know where we are, that we don't know who we are, and once we get out of the moment we accept our talent, we become great. Once you accept your talent, you will become unstoppable. You will become unstoppable when no one can stop you. The reality about your talent is the fact that the talent will open doors for you. Your passion sometimes is not your talent. Your talent might be the one that you struggle with the most. Sometimes you might have a talent and your family members laughing at you, teachers laughing at you, you know what I mean, fellow students laughing at you. You might be a comedian, a writer, an actor, a singer, or any other professions you want to do, and especially the ones that people don't see the monetary gains at first. Some professions have a perception where people think that, you know what, if I become this, it's guaranteed money. In some professions, you have to work hard at it. This funny thing is, it doesn't matter if your mom and dad was the greatest in that profession. You may not be the greatest yourself because that gift was given to your mom and dad. That talent was given to your mom and dad. Find your talent. You will find your purpose. Embrace who you are. When you embrace who you are, you will become the greatest being ever. Once you have embraced the reality of who you are, no one will be able to stop you. Once you have decided to accept and embrace who you truly are, no one will ever be able to stop you. You become unstoppable. You could become anything and everything as long as you embrace your talent. The universe has at your disposal to become anything and everything you want. The thing is, will you accept it or will you decline? And most of us, sometimes we act like we can't see it. We act like we don't know it. We act like we hate it. And then the reality of it kicks in. The reality where you lose everything, you lost everything, and life decided, you know what, you don't want to embrace who you are. We're going to take away every single thing you call that is a distraction into your life. Life will take away all the distraction into your life. They will not give you anything, any choices anymore. Life will take away all your choices of distraction in order for you to embrace who you are. And only after you have embraced who you are, you will see what you were born to be. So I mentioned Maximus in movie Gladiator. So even though Maximus was a slave, he was a general who became a slave. And at the same time, even when he was in the North Africa fighting amongst the other people that were sold into slavery, he was still respected for being great. Then destiny took him back after he lost his family, he lost his throne, he lost his rank, he became a slave, and then only then destiny took him back to fulfill what he was designed to fulfill. Yes, of course, Maximus died, but he died saving the empire. He died saving Rome. What are you willing to die to save? What are you willing to embrace? Because regardless of what you do, there is a price you must pay in order for you to fulfill anything. And unfortunately, what I have to say to you is, there is a price for not doing anything. It is not simply just because you want to gain something or you're not going to lose. No. You will lose if you do not do what you're supposed to do. You will pay a price even if you choose to do what you're supposed to do. Well, at the end of the day, you might as well choose to follow your calling and do something you're good at and be passionate about it, instead of running away from it and still lose everything and gain nothing. Because your talent will make you a champion. Your talent will make the world see your greatness in you. But if you run away from your talent, it will hunt you down until you accept it. Your talent will never let you die.